Hello again, my name is Peter, and I'm here to show you another part of the system, yet another tool. Now, I want to show you this first. This is video number 12 in a series of 20. You can see that all those in the left-hand column are parts of the box set. Everything in the right-hand column, save the grindstone there, are part of a free download. And this is video number 12. It's the scorecard for buyers. And you just got to come on over to join.realestate to get your hands on it. Now, being that it's a download, comes as a PDF. This is what it looks like. Now, I have laminated this one so that I can use it for demonstration purposes and not have to print off another one and another one and another one. On the other hand, what you're going to want to do is print this on the back side of an MLS data sheet. So you know how when you're going to go show property, you're going to print off the data sheet. We'll print this on the reverse. You would print the data sheet on this side, scorecard for buyers on this side. So every single listing you have is going to have a separate scorecard. Let's take a closer look at what we see here. All right. Now, for starters, because this is a PDF, it's got some fillable form fields. For starters, you'll see the needs and the wants. Remember the buyer presentation mat that comes as part of the box set? What you want to do is you want to take those needs and list them out here and put the wants here. Then, once you're done showing the property, you ask the buyer, does this match your needs and wants? You put a checkbox or an X in each of these, check mark or an X, to help the buyer to see whether or not the property you're showing them actually matches their needs and wants. Also, you can type in their name ahead of time. So once again, you want to type in their name and also type in their needs and wants. So that way, then you save that as a separate PDF just for this one buyer. So that way, each time you want to print off the scorecard to go on the back side of that MLS data sheet, you don't have to rewrite the needs and the wants and the name every single time. These things stay the same from one to the next to the next. So that's a shortcut for it. You'll see there are some instructions here in case you forget. Number 1, print MLS data sheet on reverse. Number 2, tour the property with a critical eye. Number 3, complete the scorecard on site. And number 4, compare several scorecards and then choose a winner. That's the idea here, is that we're going to ask the buyer to complete this with us. You take the pen and you write on here. Now you'll notice at the very top it says property nickname. This way you keep track of not the address of the property. You can put that here, or you can see that it's on the reverse. If you've printed that MLS data sheet on the back side, there's no reason to rewrite it again. The property nickname is something that's going to easily be memorable. So if the house is decorated with all butterfly motif, you might want to call it the Butterfly Cottage. If it's right next door to a giant water tower, you call it Water Tower. You get the point. Next, you're going to put the date, the time, and which showing number is this? How many properties have you shown so far, and which number is this? Once again, ask the buyer to, does this meet your needs and wants? Then ask them to list out their pros and cons. Once they do, rank them as the top pro, second top pro, third best pro. Same with the cons. Even if they tell you that there aren't any pros, this property sucks. It's terrible. I hate everything about it. That can't be true. There's got to be something about it that they like. Otherwise, you're not doing their job properly. You're not doing your job properly. You see that you're supposed to be showing the properties that meet their needs and wants. And if they're telling you everything about this property sucks, well, either they're not looking at it with a critical eye, or you are not showing them property that meets their needs and wants. Regardless, every property has pros, every property has cons. Ask them to pull something out and list it here. Next, we could give this property an overall rating with stars. We can also rate this as a top 1, 2, or 3. After you've seen 3, then you can actually say, okay, let's pull these 3 out. Always keep a top 3 list running. If a new property gets shown, the 4th or 5th one, and it knocks one of these off of its pedestal, then replace this, pull up the old one, scratch through, change that one from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or whatever the process may be. Also, you initial and the buyer initials this page. Why is this awesome? Well, it does several things. First thing it does is it allows the buyer to help make a decision. You're helping them to choose the property that's right for them. If you just leave it up to them, then they're just going to say, oh, I like that one. Well, that may be true that they do like that one, but is it really the one they described? Is it the one that's going to be best for them? You're going to help them choose. Second thing is, just like when we did our needs analysis and we had them initial and we took a picture of that, we're also able to prove to the buyer that we're doing our job. You see that we're going to list the date and time and how many showings we've had. We're going to initial each one of these and rate it as a top 3. There's no way that the buyer can say that you're not doing your job and helping them choose the right property when you're using a system like this. So, once again, I want to remind you to come over to the website, join.realestate. This scorecard for buyers is a free item. You can come and get it for free. And also remember, this is just video number 12 in the series of 20. Everything in that right-hand column, starting with the scorecard here, is part of that free download. So come and get it over at the website. Once again, join.realestate. I hope to see you then and on another video. Until then, see ya!